Hey, what's going on, y'all? We're doing the Akebono big brakes on Terry's car today. He's got the 07 G35, so this is pretty much the 07 08 with the HR block. So it shares the same chassis as the G37, the V36 chassis. So that's why all the suspension and the brakes, they bolt on. To make the Akebono work, you pretty much need the calipers, the rotors, check your wheel specs. For his, these wheels don't clear, so he's got spacers. We'll have to modify the brake shield because the rotors are larger, so they won't clear it. And then you got to make sure you get the correct banjo bolt, and of course the crush washers, because the sport model uses a different length compared to the base. And then we did a quick weight check. So the Akebonos weighed roughly, 13 pounds and some change. And Terry said it's cool if I test mounted these 6-piston AMG brakes on his car, so we'll see how that looks. This came out to be roughly like 16 pounds, so it's a little bit bigger. It makes sense that the weight's more. And the rear calipers. So Terry's pulled off all the wheels, so I'll go ahead and get to pulling off the calipers. Okay, so we did the first side. Pretty much reused all the bolts, and as mentioned, we used the new sport banjo bolt. So just so that you can see the length difference, the new one is used with the sport or with the Akebonos. And this is the old one that's with the base/journey brakes. So we reused the OE lines, and again, the only thing was just the new banjo bolt. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, the brake upgrade generally isn't a super difficult one, or doesn't need a lot of parts. So you find a part out, you get like the rotors and the calipers. You can get the banjo bolt. Normally they come with it, but some places may not give it to you. But yeah, if you don't, you can just buy it from like Z1 or something. All right. Okay, I'm gonna hold this, and then you just top off the fluid. Then I'm gonna do the.
Wait, what you want to do?
Oh, can you grab the
Zip tie.
No, we don't need the zip ties. Can you grab the new banjo bolt?
You didn't have one with you?
Nah, I didn't bring it over here. Forgot. Okay. Thank you. I can hold it. Banjo bolt, and then 2 washers. I just put it all together. Thank you.
Let me hold it.
Yeah. there. Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, hand this to you, and just top it off if it gets low. Okay.
How you gonna do that, bro? You gotta switch the line.
Yeah, it's just this.
Where does it go? It goes on this, right?
Right here.
How you gonna do that holding that?
I'm gonna let go. Once.
Or you gonna let it drop?
Yeah. How's the fluid right now?
It's good.
Okay.
It's up there.
Okay, cool.
It's full.
All right, so we're moving on to the rears. What I didn't show is that his Terry's fronts, I guess the previous owner had removed the dust shield, so we didn't even have to deal with that. But the rears had the dust shield, so what I did was, if you get yourself some some nice shears, you just cut it and then you can bend it back. So this is the final, the end result. I did cut a portion of it out to give space to the caliper, because otherwise it kind of just touches the ear. So let me show you. So this is normally how it looks. You see how it's got this lip. So all I'm literally doing is just cutting slits into it like this, and then I'm just bending it back. I mean, if you want, you could completely remove it, but just because of time restraint, we're kind of leaving it this way. So after this is just mount the rotors, calipers, and then if needed, adjust the brake pad, and I mean not the brake pad, the e-brake. So it's got this gear right here. So what you do is, this is the hole, you put a flat head through, and you can see as you push it, it expands. I forget which way, counterclockwise it expands or clockwise it shrinks, but you know when you've done it the wrong way. Trying to think. Outside of that, I think that's pretty much it. And then got to do the other side and then bleed the system. So what else? I was trying to think. Oh, the banjo bolt. So when you order these from Z1 or something, this is the same banjo bolt that is in the front. So you just order the same one. Works for the front and rear. I think that's pretty much it, because that's the stock one for the base model calipers, and then this is the one for the Akebonos. All right, so we got all of the calipers on. For the bleeding process from the factory service manual, the correct way to do it is you do it from the driver's side rear, then you go up to this is passenger side rear, driver's side front, driver's side rear, and then back up to the front. All right, so the brake upgrade is finally completed. It looks so good behind those wheels. Contrast really makes it pop. Now the car definitely looks proper. All right, so bleeding process is good. I know a lot of times people do have trouble bleeding it. People even use vacuum pumps and stuff. With what I did, I asked Terry to, as I'm swapping out each caliper, I asked them to just make sure that the reservoir stayed full, so that there's just less air that is being introduced. I mean, air is going to be introduced as soon as you break this, the brake line bolts and stuff like that. But I didn't want the master cylinder to ever run dry or anything like that, just to minimize air going in through that channel, and then keeping the bleeding process simple. So what we did was we pretty much did a 2-man bleed process. He hit the brakes, pumped it 3 times, held it, I cracked it open, gravity bled it, tightened it up, and then just kind of did that process until I didn't see any air on each side. I did the outside and then the inside, you know, passenger rear, driver front, driver rear, and then passenger front. So Terry's gonna go on a test drive and kind of check out how the brake feels. All right, thanks for everything, guys. All right, so what we found out was that these specific Adhon wheels, this 18 9.5 plus 30 was causing some contact issues on the calipers on all 4s. I rarely see any issues with the rears, but apparently because of just how the barrel design on this is, it actually decreases. It's a slant, you can kind of tell. So this was keeping the car from moving. It was like caliper to barrel like contact. So we swapped over to some of my spare wheels, these Advins, and damn, they look good. They look so good. I mean, the tires are tiny, like, so don't mind the tires, but so we at least ruled out any brake defect or installed, you know, like bad install or anything like that. So Terry was able to reverse and go forward, no problem. So now we're gonna torque everything, and he's gonna go for a test drive to confirm that. Yes, sir.
Don't run reps.
Good statement, good statement. But yeah, so I think this is it. So definitely check your wheels for caliper fitment. Usually it's spoke design, but now even myself, I have to confirm that, like 18-inch, certain wheels, you got to take the barrel into consideration if it's like a decreasing wheel diameter. Yeah, decreasing wheel diameter for the barrel. All right, this is officially it. Thanks, guys.